Hey everybody, it's us doing a weekly quest in the Path of Champions. And so this was just added in the 3.1.4 patch with the release of the Darkened Saga. The weekly quests are in here. It has a 1-star, a 2-star, and a 3-star quest, and all of them have special rules, and we'll be diving into these as frequently as we can. I at least want to continue to do the 3-star quests at least once a week, and then continue with our various strategy guides and playthroughs in any other free time I have. And so this is going to be our first one. Let's jump on in. To get to the special rules, it's keep on searching. Round start, the player shuffles their hand into their deck and draws that many. And then for the opponent, there is withstand. So the foe's units at round start get +1 health, very similar to, well, I guess it is actually the Galio ability. And then vicious enemy for our opponents. I believe vicious enemy applies to every opponent we play and not just one of them. And so it's going to be kind of hard mode the whole way through. But we'll see. We'll give it a shot. We'll give it a go, see if we can take this down on our first try. And with this keep on searching, I'm not going to be super clever today. I'm just going to play with Bard. I feel like playing a deck that's going to cycle out its hand every turn is going to be pretty happy to play with Bard, get all those chimes rolling through. And that's who we're going to be doing battle with today. And so, in terms of our Bard, before we jump into battle, he is up to 2-star powers, and that gives us the +1 starting mana. Then when you draw a card with a chime, you plant a chime on a random card in your deck, so you don't actually lose your chimes as you roll through. And then when you summon an ally with buff stats, give it a random keyword. Our champion level is up to 19, so almost done. Pretty close to filling out the Bard set. And then the relics, I think that Bard needs something to happen as soon as he hits the board, right? He's very slow. His deck's very non-interactive. You need stuff to happen whenever you spend 4 mana. And so the Stalker's Blade giving us a strike and Lost Chapter returning our spell mana gives us a little bit of punch when we drop a very vanilla unit. And so that's it. That's what we're going to be doing battle with. Click on the 3-star quest thing. Jump on into battle. And so, yeah, my typical thing with Bard, if you're not familiar with our playthrough series, is that he's just not very good at the late game, and he's not very good at interactivity, right? If you take a quick peek at his deck, the only interactivity in terms of spells are Cosmic Binding, the stun at 5, Many Morph at 6, and so it takes you a long time to be able to interact with your opponent's units, and then your curve is kind of mid-rangey, and so you're ideally coming in here just leveling up things like Bird so that you can jump on the board really quickly, and then as the game progresses, your late game doesn't matter, right? If you shuffle more and more and more chimes into your deck, your units are just going to be big enough to close out any game, and so you don't have to worry about having late game. It's all about finding those early cheap plays to just stall the board, and then finding some cheap interactivity. But in terms of these cards, I'm always on board with Spellslinger. Your spells cost 1 less is extremely powerful. It's kind of weak with Bard, right? All of his spells are pretty turdy, but having these things that let you cheat on mana are particularly strong, especially when we start out the adventure knowing that we have it. And so we'll pick up the Spellslinger here. I could see an argument for picking up In My Sights, giving the weakest enemy vulnerable. It's just not up to par with the round start stun, round start frostbite. In terms of defensives, and we don't have a champion that I'm super interested in protecting. And so if Bard dies, I don't care, but if you're able to play something, say, like Darius, if you're on a Darius quest, having In My Sights tends to be a little bit more powerful. But Spellslinger it is. On to battle, all hands on deck. It's the Crackshot Corsair. And so when the foe attacks, give the foe's attacking units +1 attack this round. Coming at us with that aggro, huh? Okay, and it looks like everything they have is going to have the vicious enemy. I can see the stat thing down there at the bottom. And so, one of the worrisome things with Bard, Esmuth is a pretty bad early game play. He just comes down and doesn't interact with anything. And so I've got to hang on to Stone Stackers to make sure that we have something we can play on the first turn, and then we'll cycle away everything else looking for our birds. Oh shit, didn't realize our opening hand was just going to cycle away. So it doesn't even matter what we start with, right? Our units are just going to they're just going to immediately disappear. Alright, I got you. And so I'm fine enough to lead with Esmuth, I think. I usually don't like him playing early, right? Because what are we going to do in the face of this attack now? We're just going to either throw away our unit and basically play a card to prevent 3 damage, or we're going to just get domed. And so I would prefer to play something like Bird in the early game, but kind of felt like we'd be able to spew this stuff off here. And it does work nicely with this hand and this ability, as to where if like drawing a card and then getting to cycle a bunch of extra cards lets us... It's not cool. Quit emoting, bro. It lets us potentially get more chimes going. But pretty painful. A little five-piece nugget right from the start. Right, so we cycle that hand away. All the chimes coming through now. And we can get 2 units on board at this point. So I think we should be pretty safe in terms of shutting down our opponent. Put up slot bot. Love seeing a slot bot turn up. We hit any good abilities? Not really. Quick attack is good for an attack here, but we didn't hit scout or anything ultra powerful to help us ensure we get to make good attacks. The deck tracker does not enjoy what we're doing with the card draw. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of the deck tracker for the rest of the run. It's not going to be able to keep up with what's happening. I guess it's good at like the start of the game, but then immediately after the start, it really falls off in its utility. But here, oh man, I thought we had we lost our spell thing, whatever you're called. So how are we going to handle this? Bard, he strikes the strongest one, right? Let me double check that. Yeah, the strongest is going to be slot bot, so we won't get a kill. I kind of want to be able to. I wanted to be able to stun this turn, but that's clearly not in the cards. Let's add the Starlit Stag. Give us a good blocker. Maybe opponent will think about not attacking as it comes down, and then we could still follow up with more plays here. He says, LOL, not attack. You crazy. You crazy. Alright, it's probably about as good as it's going to get. Kill all of his units except 2. A handful of ours get to survive. Then we end up taking 6 damage. We're going to have to look for some heal after this game. Cheap stuff and heals, but I think we're going to need even more so than picking up interactivity. But, I mean, this game should be done. We're primed and ready to end this. Opponent's out of cards. Our Bard has been churning through. I'm not too worried about this one. And Bard, you didn't hit any stats? Kind of weak, bruh. Oh, we can kill that, though. Thank you. Turns out we can't take down that 3-2. Very kind of you, friend. Can we just lethal this round? No, we're going to be short. We get a stun and a kill, but not enough to end the game. All right, so this match is done. Just got to get it wrapped up here. All the stats. Give me so many stats. I appreciate it. So many flashies, so many animations. It's a good thing. It's a good thing I got a good video card for this children's card game, or we wouldn't be able to. We wouldn't be able to handle it. Oh shit! Did the game just break? I'm talking about the graphical capabilities of our computer as the game freezes. You struck down our unit, friend. Alright, this looks like enough to win for an open. A smarter man would have calculated the ability to win here. I just assume we got it. That's enough. That's enough for this one. We could technically sit around and just play units and see if we hit lifesteals, but I'm not going to do that. Who's got the time for that? Alright, 35 coming at you. Emoting? I missed it. I missed our shot. All right, so what are we looking for as we come into the picks? We're looking for heal. We're looking for cheap units. That's kind of tier 1, heal and cheap units. Tier 2 is just going to be interactivity. And like these are all terrible. I could see an argument for picking up Crystal Arrow. This is some interactivity, but we don't have any combos with it. So let's re-roll these, look for something a little bit more on theme. This is all just garbage. It's literal garbage from those. And here I think we have to take something. I don't want to get hard stuck on something in the future. And so both the Minion and the Starlit Seer are fine. I'm leaning towards picking up the Starlit Seer. We don't have spell combos with it, but I don't feel like we need a Minion. And I like that this has nice early defensive stats. And so ideally we can play it on the first turn and then still block a 3-power unit since it has tough attached to it. So I think the Starlit Seer will be okay. On to the champions. And Soraka. Nope, didn't quite call my shot. So how do we feel about these? I'm okay with Braum down here to the end in terms of he's good with chimes, right? Putting chimes onto Bard and having that big regenerating challenger is a decent strategy. Irelia has, what's this, Rally? What's this thing? Reckoner's March. I saw her epicness here. +2/+2, and when I'm summoned, the strongest enemy and I strike each other. Very strong just in terms of interactivity, picking up the strike on play. And then I don't think I'm too interested in Ari. She does like tick a lot of the boxes and stuff we're looking for, right? The dancing droplet's cheap, Ari's cheap, the homecoming is some interactivity. It's only going to cost 3 mana in our deck. Maybe I could convince myself to take this Ari. Ari Bard is a reasonable thing and constructed. Homecoming works nicely with the likes of Bird. Okay, I'm on board. I think I convinced myself. I'm not excited about this Braum pile. So on to Ari. Now what do we see down here? We're gonna have to fight Poppy at some point, sure. Caitlyn at the end, but we've got either a spell chest or a healer. Ideally, we're just like not gonna have to heal, right? I'd prefer to be a little bit greedy here, but I do like being able to come in and then just take out one of these expensive cards, typically Minimorph. As opposed to just like adding stuff to our deck. But we do have the spells are cheaper thing, and coming up to a spells chest is moderately interesting. We need to pick up some interactivity. All right, I'll go spells chest this round. So what does this guy do? Round start, if the foe has spell mana, the foe steals 1. Oh, if the player has spell mana, the foe steals 1. Gotcha. Don't be stealing my manas, bro. I'll spend it all. All right, so we pick up our opening hand. Apparently it doesn't matter because we're just going to cycle it all away. And so I'll just go ahead and push the button. I guess it technically could matter, right? If depending on like the size of your deck and the amount of stuff that you get to just like cancel out, right? And so if you are looking for specific cards, you could potentially say like we're out here digging for Bird. Then there's some potential to just like discard stuff to, I don't know how that math works. It made a little bit of sense in my head, and the more I say the words, I feel like there's no reason. All right, though, big deal here. We picked up Lifesteal immediately on the Bandle Commando. Very, very choice. I assume he's just going to trade the Jagged Butcher with Bird, but I want to get on board here as much as we can. And then we still have like the lifesteal aspects of our Yordle. Okay. You fought hard. You fought hard, Esmuth. You put a chime in our deck, you drew a card. That's where we call it a day. Alright, so this is going to be a Bard turn, right? I want to spend all of our mana so our opponent doesn't get to steal any of it. Both of them are 4 power, good enough to take down the Sandhopper. Oh, I forgot he was going to refill our spell mana. How do we feel about that? Well, we can do this. We can Traveler's Call, see if we draw a 1-drop. We didn't. Hit some chimes along the way, though. Alright, it's probably not that bad at this point if he just takes 1 mana. I guess we had Owlcats. We weren't going to be able to... We had spell mana. We weren't going to be able to drop our units anyways. That's okay. We're starting to pop off. Get them Bard level ups. Let Bard put some chimes onto our lifesteal unit. Get back up to 35. Yeah, are you emoting? I'll bring you an emote. Cupcake it, bro. Don't deck us, though. Oh, opponent just hit all the chimes. The combos. The combos. I feel you. I feel you. Alright, let's drop a big blocker. I don't think we can do anything with Ari at this point. So we'll go to Bird. We'll go to Owlcat. There's a bit of reason to hang on to cards in our hand, right? Since... that should give us more card draw each turn to potentially hit more chimes, but... Oh, we hit lifesteal again. I don't feel like it's worth... I'm not entirely sure how that math works either. It should be okay. Like, whenever we play a chime, or draw a chime, it shuffles 1 to our deck, so we probably do want to just draw as many as we can. I don't know. Mathematics were never my strong suit. I'd rather just... You just put your units in the middle and attack and call it a day. That's the easy way to get it going. Alright, so we can Stone Stack, Starlit Seer, and Ari. Should be enough to end it. We can shut down 2 now. If we do 2 to zap, stun the dude. Alright, not ending on this attack. But once the next one rolls around, though, we'll be okay. We got the max health here. We have, well, we're going to lose our spell. I was going to say, we have an interactive spell here, and it's like, well, actually, no, we don't. But looking okay. Uh-oh, we're losing all our chimes again. If he takes our chimes, do we just lose them out of our deck? I'm curious how that works. I'm gonna get pranked. Pretty excited to homecoming this this dancing droplet back to his hand. Do those Ari Bard things, right? Get the elusives. Do some recalling. Loads of fun. Alright, just throw our smallest unit down. Get this stag going. We got 15 on board with a challenge from the Stone Stacker. I think that's going to do it. Zap Sprayfen taken down. So many stats. Our deck is just popping off now. Oh. More animations. Alright. Oh, even more? Alright. We got a little bit more than 15 on board now. 26 coming at him. 27 with the impact. GG. Right. So what you got for a spell chest? Hopefully something good. Do we want any of this stuff? Like, free sparring students aren't great, but we got heal, right? We got a heal 2 in the Golden Narwhal. Like, I typically am not a fan of this card, but I think it can work out in this deck. I mean, it's got elusive and we're playing with all the chimes. I think we are kind of like angling ourselves to being this elusive heavy Ari Bard deck. And I think this is going to be okay, although it is a 1-cost Grand Plaza over there. I think I want to stay on theme with these cheap elusives and trying to win in that manner. Alright, these spells all suck. I don't want to stack Cosmic Bindings. Projectile's bad. Black Spear's bad. Let's give these a reroll, see if we hit anything good. Guiding Touch is okay at 1 mana. Otherwise, I'm not too interested in these. Let's just pick up the card draw. I think it's going to be fine. Alright, on to Burblefish. All right, so the Wiggly Burblefish, what was that? Round start, the foe respells 3 spell mana. Got it. You get all the manas, my dude. Okay, so just pass on that opener, let it all go away. Dang, not a great start. We needed our golden narwhal just to have something to do. All right, there's a couple plays though. Got a Starlit Seer, got a bird. We're gonna do some blocking this round. G hit the Onlooker. I mean, we probably need to play the Starlit Seer. It's not anything special here, but I don't want to just be trading out a bird on this turn. It doesn't feel very good. We just need a little bit of time, right? If we get time, we get all the chimes going. Just a matter of, can we make it to turn 5 or turn 6, and the deck is really popping off. Got chimes on Bard. F. Can't take down the songstress with our Bard. Can look to say like, I was gonna say we can play like Bird and Homecoming away the songstress or something, but it's not as mana efficient as I'd like. At least got 2 4-power bros, or 4 attack bros ready to attack his 4 toughness unit, so maybe he'll just say, cool, I want to trade. No? It's not going to be cool today? Fine, dude. Okay, so what are we doing here? Still can't kill anything with Bard. He's missed every single time. I'm not opposed to doing a Homecoming play, right? If we're going to do Homecoming onto Bird and then replay Bird, that's 4 mana. So we have 2 mana left over after that. Would we rather play Stone Stackers or Ari? And let's just get the Stone Stackers down. He's already meaty with the amount of health that he has. He has Challenger. Should let us be pretty functional in the following turn. Did you do anything? He just played like a million spells. What just happened? I'll send that Burblefish right back to your hand, dude. You can replay it and play some more of these terrible spells. All right. Down to 2 cards though. It's a little unfortunate for our chime production, but it's not enough to complain about. More Homecomings. We can do some magic with these. Are we happy with the birds we have? I don't like impact, so let's lead with our other bird, see if it hits good ability. Impact is just where it is today. But looking to send a unit back to his hand, replay our bird, and then go in for our attack. Ideally, we won't be sending Burblefish back to his hand. Don't need to be giving him any free spells. The bomb has been dropped. Alright, let's take down the elusive. Probably no reason to attack with our smaller plays. Like, his blocks are just very good on his end. Need a Bard or some chimes and we'll be okay. Our Ari has Nab, that wouldn't be horrible. Just something to get the deck flowing. It's a big old Bandle Commando. Can't get it on the board fast enough. Get down here, Bart. Get down here. There it is. Yeah, what's more damage here? Probably, well, I think we're stuck this way. I have to, the most damage is probably coming out of Longtooth, but we can actually block Longtooth. So we'll put our Tough in front of him, mini morph the Elusive so that we can not just let both of them through. And then we're strong on board. Just need a Guiding Touch. Something to let us churn through our mana. Well, Bard's not exactly it, but if we draw more Bards, then we can play his flip ability and spend our mana that way. It's something. Oh boy. And then I'm just going to hold on to this Owlcat. It's not going to do anything on the board, and then it'll let us draw an extra card next turn. Okay. I think we're going to get him. I'm curious what opponents just like holding on to. If they have a hand of like Jettison and Absorb Soul, just like pure garbage. Can't play any of their cards. Interesting. All right, though. We got him boomed. So let's see. Are we interested in any of this? We got to pick up something, but each round, this is one of the new cards, right? Each round, the first time one of your traps or boons activates, give all allies 1/1 and impact this round. So it doesn't last forever. I mean, I just don't feel like that's something we ever need on such an expensive card. I'm just leaning towards the Pale Cascade, right? This is just a bunch of cycle. Shuffling them into our deck is fine. It's only going to cost 1 mana. That's not that bad. So what do we got? Gold chest, don't want it. Head on to the shop. The power is Crush. All allies have Overwhelm. It's pretty decent, but let's check out the spells real quick. Feel the Rush, all right. I don't think we're going to be a Feel the Rush deck today, even though it has Plunder attached to it. Cold Resistance doubling itself up is kind of cute as well, but these are all pretty bad cards. The one I'm mostly interested in would be the Veteran Investigator. It's not super powerful, but having the card draw is kind of nice. I'll pick up Crush. Let's swing back. Can we afford these investigators as well? Looks like it. I'm buying them all. So, good stuff. On to the healer. Let's see. I don't want healing. Let's go to the cut a card. I typically just look to cut out things like Mini Morph, Cosmic Binding, Homecoming. I think we're safe to cut the Binding here. Since we've picked up Homecoming, they do essentially the same thing, right? These are both very similar abilities. I want to hang on to Mini Morph in case they just play something ridiculous in the future. I don't exactly remember what's happening with Poppy or with Caitlyn, but if they're like, LOL, here's a 15/15 unit, I want to be able to Mini Morph it as to where we don't get nearly as much variety with the Binding and the Homecoming. All right, what do you do, Poppy? Round start. Grant the foe's strongest ally +1/+1 for each of their other allies. Got it. You go wide and you go tall all at the same time. All right. We got dudes, we got plays, we got stuff to do. We'll lead with the Bandle Commando. It gets to pick up the keywords since it already has bonus stats. And he starts dropping dudes. It's like, man, maybe I should have stone stacked him. Yeah, this is kind of gross. Kinda gross. We can Homecoming this Poppy eventually. Well, at some point in the at some point in this game, we should be able to do that. Okay, let's take a Poppy hit. Uh-oh's right. Uh-oh, this is a fairly scary round. I'm regretting a little bit not playing that Challenger on the first turn. Picked up the Mini-Morph for Poppy, but we don't have the mana to cast it. Whoops. We interested in any of this? Striking Poppy with Bard doesn't sound good. I do like adding the Stone Stackers to challenge down this Protoporo. Let's at least start with that and see what the opponent does. Whether or not we're going to add like Esmuth or any of these other cards. We just have to get on board. So it's like I don't feel great about even just losing the unit here. I like attacking down the Crackshot Corsair. And then we can... Oh, fuck. Fucking Pokey Sticks. Then we can... like, still just block this stuff, right? Right at the moment, it's just impacts, and impacts aren't that scary. That predict attached to the card draw and the guiding light's pretty good. Did you get Chimes, Bard? Get Bard some Chimes. He's never going to get big enough to take down Poppy this round. Let's be real. Is 3-2 the biggest? What do we hit? Stone Stacker? Oh, Bando Commando's a 4-5. His board's going to grow quite a bit. I assume he's just attacking immediately now. But we can Pale Cascade through a bit of this. Ah, Yordle Smith is fucking brutal. Okay. Let's just play Esmuth. We're just gonna throw it away. We're not gonna get any trades out of it. Yordle Smith. Fuck. It's like there's like one combat we can win. Oh, this is sick. Ooh, some of this stuff doesn't have quick attack though. I didn't immediately notice that. So we have blocks like these. Oh, that's a free Pale Cascade as well. Okay, okay. The turns will table just a little bit here. We can leave Stone Stacker back. Maybe we get to... Oh god, we drew more Pale Cascades. Is this what our deck's going to amount to? Or are we just going to have like infinite free Pale Cascades in our deck for the remainder of the way? Oh my gosh, let's find out what happens. I'm more than happy to just cycle in as many of these as we can. Okay. Is this all our deck is going to amount to? Alright, we finally missed. Oh man, we're gonna have the Infinity deck here before you know it. I hope you all got some time. You're ready to watch me play about 40 Pale Cascades all in a row. Okay, okay. We're gonna have so many of these. Well, I think the big thing here is we need to find either a Mini-Morph or a Homecoming. And so if we want to play Mini-Morph, like, are we willing to just give up on a single copy of Pale Cascade? I'm not really excited about that. So let's just give up on the idea that we're going to have access to Mini-Morph, and then we might be playing a Homecoming. Now, the next thing is... okay, she's striking something. I was going to say, the next thing is, are we going to, like, just go for a kill now, or do we want to boost up the Stone Stackers? I think we need to be boosting Stone Stackers here. So let's play some cards onto him, see how big he can get. I mean, technically he has Overwhelm, and so if we're going to go infinite with this stuff, he can still get a kill. That wasn't enough. Give me some more Pale Cascades. Hope you all got some time. How big can it get? Play that Guiding Touch. Yeah, one Pale Cascade, thank you. I believe in you, dude. You can get big enough to take Poppy down. Yeah, I got some free time. Are you gonna be here for a bit? Okay, there's our last one. I think we have one Owlcat that's gotten to be reasonable size. Oh no, no, no. We need to not Poppy, we need to kill his quick attack thing. There we go. And so I don't think our chances of drawing many more for whatnot right off the bat are that good. But if you give me 10 to 15, oh god, I didn't even realize we had this kind of combo. Look at this. We got that Starlit Seer with the Pale Cascades. Oh shit. Oh shit, combo time. All right. How long are y'all going to be here for? How fast can we do this? Let's at least burst these out as quick as we can. This card draw is going to be our limiting factor. I'm just going to put everything onto the Starlit Seer. There's a mini morph. Okay. We can stop for a moment. Oh, he just gives up on it? I was doing you a favor, bro. That could have taken way longer. We've only gained 72 stats for Bard. That's not very many. You're kind of small today, bro. Alright, so everybody has Overwhelm. I forgot that was from one of our abilities. Who do we actually look to boost here? Just in terms of time? Probably want to boost an Elusive. And our Bard is flipped, so we're just going to be getting like infinity stats on our units. I think the game's going to break. I think it might break. Alright, this is what you all signed up for. I'm glad you're still here. Some people might call this a speed run. How big's our deck at this point? It's growing. It's up to 40 cards.
I should look in the mirror more often. Yep, we still got it.
Okay. Not done yet. Hopefully they don't have some kind of like stun. We really need to be attacking off of this right now, and so we got 15 on the Commando, 4 on the Owlcat. We have 4 on the Narwhal. Did we overwrite our Challenger? I think we did. But we hit Elusive on our Veteran Investigator. Okay. All right, we did it. I hope you all are still here. Let's see how we can improve. What do we got coming up? Poppy has been bested with our Infinity Stones, our Infinity Cascade. And here, I like to stack Bard, right? This puts more chimes in our deck. Don't need the Overwhelm since we already have it on everything. So it's either Challenger or the heal. And I want the heal out of this. So cool. On to the next one. What do we got here? Refill your spell mana is, of course, always good. It works very nicely to get our Pale Cascades rolling. I do like Trifarian Might. It works okay in these decks. That's probably where I want to go here. It's like we don't have mana issues now that we can just play all of our Pale Cascades for free. And then once we get to grow our board, the strikes can be quite relevant. And so we'll pick up the Trifarian Might there. On to the next ones. If we go down that's Smooth Soloist. That lets us pick a new power. Or up top, it's just a spells chest. I'm leaning towards just the Smooth Soloist, although this Grumpy Rockbear battle can be quite challenging. the deck we have isn't really good at interacting with what the Rock Bear deck does, which is make a really big, tall unit that you need to interact with, because we don't interact very good. So let's go towards the spells chest out of this one. Just a little scared with that bro there. And then what does Shelly do though? If the player has more units than the foe summons a Shell Shocker. Okay, we can deal with that. All right, that was a round end ability, not round start. Gotcha. Does that ever matter? Maybe. Sometimes. All right, cycle them all away. Drop them all in. Yeah. We got to just start dropping Pale Cascades, right? We can't let this go. We have to let it stick around. So let's drop Bird. I bet we can get ourselves into combat here, or find something to happen to where Bird gets to attack. Oh, Parlay. No, thank you. I got my cycles happening, dude. Oh, it's not our attack token. Sure. Whoa. Alright. Whatever, dude. Wonder if he's like really gonna be playing lurkers. Guiding touch for our 0-cost Pale Cascades. Is that the way? Is that the way we do this? We drop a Stone Stacker. Bring in some heal. Did we hit? Oh, we didn't hit. This game's dumb. Alright. Well, I guess we passed the turn. I'm just out here trying to have fun and do cool shit. Game doesn't agree with us, though. I guess we don't have the density just yet that one would need. Alright. Well, we're big enough to interact with Jack the Winner. You do not scare me. He gets a Shell Shocker, but we're getting pretty close to all of our units just striking his down with our Trifarian Might. Bard's still pretty weak. Can we get a... We can try and draw some cards and maybe get Bird enough bonus to have something work here. There we go. There we go. Let's get the ball rolling. Oh, that was a 1-cost one. Should have realized it was going to be expensive. All right, Bird completely whiffed, but I think we'll still be okay here. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you weakening up this this Jack the Winner for us. Oh my god, just gonna kill him? Huh. Well, that's one way to play the game. Wow, so some next level strategies coming out of the AI today. Just vulnerable everything at the cost of 3 cards from hand and Jack the Winner on board. Making the highlight reel. He just says, "Fuck this! I'm not sitting around waiting on these combos to happen. I'm just gonna give up on it and make the game end." Get one more chime onto Bard, he'll double strike. I don't think we're gonna be able to. Oh, he'll level up though. That should be enough. Double strike him, bro. Then do we want to add any of these units? I mean, I don't think so. We'd probably rather just pick up the chimes at this point. Have it a little bit of extra card draw to see if we can't win on this attack immediately. How much is this? 30? Alright. Good enough. Get ripped, Fleet Admiral Shelley. You've been boomed. You got meatballed. It's one of my favorite skits from The Office. You got Meatballed. It's when Stanley and Dwight decide that they're going to get Jim back. Dwight's really looking for the good pranks that Stanley likes. Turns out Stanley likes a good meatball prank. Oh, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Anywho, at any rate, let's just pick up more dancing droplets. Not really excited about them, but they have elusive and stuff. We've kind of like pushed away from let's build this big elusives deck to just cast Pale Cascade as much as we can, and so it kind of is what it is. I don't think I'm really interested in any of these. Like now that our deck is kind of like locked into what we're doing, which is first and foremost being a Pale Cascade deck. Second, we're going to win with elusives. And then in the event that we don't need to go for elusives, we have all the strikes coming down from our Trifarian Might if we tend to actually get to the mid-game. And none of these cards actually play to that theme, right? Elixir of Gruesome Theater with the Elixir of Skill is kind of close with the card draw attached to it and only costing 1 mana, but I don't think I want any of these. I prefer our deck just not to get gummed up with this trash. All right, on to the shop. What do we got? Buy a power. Second Trifarian Might. Do these things stack? So we play 1 unit and it kills 2 units. I think it does. We'll come back to that, though. Is there anything else good in here? Class Cutter has elusive, and a 5/4 elusive with the Phage is pretty good. Otherwise, I don't think we're super interested in any of this stuff. Spring Gifts will cost 0, but only plant an item. The Blade Keeper, we don't need the card draw. Definitely don't want to just like nab a bunch of garbage. Grumble Slug's moderately interesting, being a 3/4 for 2 that attunes, but let's come back to the Class Cutter. So I want the Trifarian Might. Turns out the Class Cutter is strong enough to do Trifarian Might damage. All right. I think we're good to go. Right on theme. Right on theme. And so I'm going to want the champion item chest opposed to going up to the spells chest. Adding in the additional copy of Bard is quite good. So we can move up to the Twisted Catalyzer. This does round start, grant the foes darkness everywhere, 1 extra damage. All right. Those darknesses can get big. Big enough to take down a lot of our squad, but I think we'll be okay. We're rocking and rolling here pretty hard. I found out where we would want to mulligan. Say we started with actual Pale Cascades in our starting hand. We could just mulligan our hand away so that we could get units on the board faster. That's the way we could do it. But here, let's just go ahead and drop the Narwhal. Ooh, I did not anticipate opponent playing another unit. I was like, well, he could just take the hook and we'll be happy enough losing him, but that could have gone poorly. Now, okay, we hit a strike on the bird. I was going to say, like, is there the world where we just get to pass and then opponent plays a good unit and then we get to strike it down with the Starlit Stag? It's kind of greedy to go that way, but we're going to get him now, right? Strike 1, strike 2, LOL. All right, so that's a good way to shut their board down quickly. Just striking all their units away. We'll have to see if we hit any more 5 powers. Not so far. All right, no 5 powers in our hand at this point. Bard's good enough to kill a unit, so even if he follows this up with additional plays, I think it's okay. If he wants to darkness our Bard, I don't really care that much. So... not bad. Where them chimes at? Give me them 5 powers. Starlit Stag, just what the doctor ordered. Watch this. You ready? You got boomed. Ixtali's a little bit annoying. Let's go ahead and draw a card first, see if we can't get more chimes in our hand. If we hit 1 more on the stone stackers, we can take the Ixtali down with a Esmuth boost. We missed. Sad day.
You best believe I don't matter.
Oh, this guy has Challenger. I didn't even realize it.
Serving lead.
Oh, I guess he just picked it up. He said, I know what you need, dog. I got this for you. So what do we got? The Guiding Touch. No Pale Cascades yet. I don't know what's wrong with this game. Nice Bard level up. We should be good from here. All right. Bard was the much more important unit here. Glad to see him survive.
Sing with the darkness in your heart.
I guess realistically at this point we should have just bounced the higher health unit, but I don't feel like it really matters at this point. Okay, can't play any of these.
By snow and stars.
Where's our combos at? People want to spend another 20 minutes sitting here watching me cast Pale Cascade. Come on, game. All right, let's see if we can't draw one. Here's a strike.
Give me your palace creatures of
We didn't draw it. Deal 1, 2, and oh. Okay. We lethal. Just slap them all in there. Coming 29 into 2 health. Should do it. All right, all right. About to make our way to Caitlyn. See if we can't take her down. See the first run at the weekly quest. Taken down on our first try. Feels good, man. Feels good. Oh, is this another battle to the end after the chest? We'll have to wait and see. So what do we think of these? Yeah, definitely taking when you play a spell, grant me +1/+1. If we have to take something here, we're taking the thing that plays into our Pale Cascade combo. I'd prefer to just cut stuff out of our deck at this point, but, you know, kind of is what it is. And then here with Bard, picking up Shadow Totem is okay. With all the strikes that we get, the Ephemeral is only going to get 1 strike, but feels better than starting a free attack with Bard. But we definitely want to stack in an extra copy. There we go. Take the treasure. Don't need to heal, so we're going to get to cut something. What do we got? Want to hang out, bud? So I like Homecoming. Minimorph feels kind of bad to take out. This is one of these spots to where I do start to say, well, if we really want to focus on this combo, we can cut the Dancing Droplets because that's going to cut like 4 or 6 cards out of our deck. 4 cards out of our deck. But is that too greedy? We don't really need Narwhals at this point. Maybe we just take out the Babbling Balladeers. It's only 2 cards, but it's certainly one of the weaker ones we have. Just the adding the card to our hand to cycle away later. While it is, you know, useful and on theme, that's not really reason enough to want the card into our deck. So all right, on to Caitlyn. Round start, the foe plants 2 Flash Bomb traps randomly in the top 8 cards. Got it. Got a kitty over here for you all new ones, the new Path of Champions folks checking us out. I swear I'm not just like talking to myself sometimes. We got a cat that likes to hang out, and he usually comes up and paws at one side, and so you rotate so he has space to jump on you, and then he walks around my chair to the other side, and then paws on you that side, so you rotate that way so he has a place to jump up on you, and then he walks around the chair. He's fucking dumb. Like these cats are not. They're not smart. They're not winning any kind of intelligence contest anytime soon. And so it's just what my life is at this point. But all right, I think we're going to lead with the Starlit Seer. It plays reasonably well into Caitlyn, right? If we have a unit with Tough, the Tough can soak up the flashbang traps and ideally protect all of our future plays. Now we got the Class Cutter ready just to smoke Caitlyn. Hopefully that's enough to end the game.
time for a little field trip.
Say, check out this 2-for-1. Wonder if we should have waited for the Lawbot to come down. Probably could have killed it as well, but ultimately we're safe. Oh, man. All them traps just hitting our tough units. Everything's got tough, though. LOL, Caitlyn. Your mechanic is a joke. Oh, man. All right. Well, let's drop the droplet. We'll give the opponent a chance to play some units, and then we'll strike him down. This is steamrolling through here. Here he is. I told y'all we had a cat. He's hanging out. He says, "What up, everybody? What up, internet? You're masterfully handling this run, this trial."
Anything to get a class.
Okay. Pretty easy. You emoting? Look at that. Look at that. I bring the Twisted Fate. Let's hit the tough units over and over and over and over again. You'll learn one day. You'll learn one day. No good strikes though. A little bit unfortunate. We can drop Bard, but man, we haven't hit anything in terms of chimes this game. I was gonna say he'll generate another one, but it's still not enough to take down Caitlyn. Why does every unit have tough? We did not plan this, but I guess I should not complain about it. All right, well, there are no Pale Cascades. Doesn't seem like that's going to come together this game.
Let's investigate.
Okay. Damage accepted. Something cool? Anything cool? No? The fuck? That was a lot of stuff happening. Now, we don't want to get like overly clever here. We do have to make sure we don't just get killed by Caitlyn, right? We're pretty healthy at this point, but there's a lot of shit happening back and forth, a lot of flashy stuff happening on the screen. You do kind of watch and make sure that Caitlyn's not going to accidentally blast you for 10. I think we're going to be okay at this stage. Our bards are all tiny. Man, all of our units are so tiny. So let's go with the homecoming. Just return one of our bigger plays.
An auspicious season.
Just keeping the peace.
And boom, the Caitlyn. Ooh, I didn't realize she had 6 health. It's a good thing that this class cutter deals a point of damage. Why didn't we kill her?
Suspicious activity
F.
detected just outside the station.
Whatever.
Backup's on the way. Take notes, yeah.
What happened? Oh, these things strike the weakest. That's an odd thing to handle, right? The Trifarian mites hit the weakest unit. Am I right? Where'd you go? Trifarian might the weakest, but the Bard thing hits the strongest, the Stalker's Blade. A little whoopsies, but I think we're still in pretty good shape. Why do all of our units have tough? Like, it's did we pick up a thing? Or did, like, literally just everything hit tough? Wow. Just our way of saying F you, Caitlyn.
Notify patrol to close in on this location.
We'll prepare him a nice welcome.
Alright, that should take down the Caitlyn. Feel much better now.
Give me something to chase.
Alright, are you all here? Are you on board for the cycles? Whenever a unit has tough, it just doesn't matter. That would typically be kind of scary, but not this game. Fuck him up, Bert.
Tough places bring tough people.
Alright, we lethal. What's this, like 14? Like 20 something? I think we're good. Nobody cares about all these flashbang traps. It says 30 coming at you. It says neg 23 coming at you, right into 19. GG. Get wrecked, Caitlyn. Hit him with a little bit of cupcake. And that's going to do it. not a bad little run. And so the things I have in mind when I start with the way that you typically play Bard and looking to pick up interactivity in the cheap plays, we kind of chased after it a little bit, but that Pale Cascade thing was just too much to pass up. And we only did it once, right? We only did it against the Poppy deck, but there's a lot of real power in there, having the almost infinity style that you can go with the Pale Cascades. I was hoping to pick up a little bit more of that at the end, but not quite there. But, I think this is a good primer on the weekly quest. I've been told that everyone's weekly quest is the same, so hopefully this is something that you found useful if you're looking to complete it yourself and you're having a bit of struggle. We managed to do it with the 2-star Bard into the 3-star quest, and so it's certainly doable even if you're below the top level. And so good stuff. I had fun with this. I hope you all had fun with it too. And that is going to do it for us today. And so hope everyone enjoyed the video, maybe learned a thing or two along the way, had a good time watching. This is Bust, and we thank you for being here.